¿A dónde está papi? 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 ¿A dónde está papi?
Welcome to the Tuesday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. Michael Hassler, Heat, Cosmic Seeking, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Whew. How's everybody doing? today is the runoff of the Georgia Senate race, and I believe there's another runoff. I can't. I feel like there is, but nonetheless, today is December 6th, the runoff. Polls close at 7 p.m. So if you're in Georgia or know somebody in Georgia, about 2 hours, just under 2 hours. Alia with the 11 biddies, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Heat? It is indeed going to be a fun night. We're probably not going to know results till later tonight or maybe tomorrow. Oh, the LA runoff is December 12th. Okay, maybe. Okay, so maybe some fake news there. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Make sure you double check, okay? Yeah, there's a runoff in Georgia. I went ahead and voted this morning. So nice to see you too. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Luckily for us, there wasn't really much of a line. Then again, we did show up there right as it opened. All right, folks. We've got quite the amount of headlines to go through. So we should probably get some of this started. Quick update, or I guess lack of an update. We still don't know 100% who or why the power substations in North Carolina were attacked, but I suspect that we will know soon. Let's get some headlines going. It may or may not be a short stream depending on how much I can keep going. Tomorrow, oh no, not tomorrow, December 8th. Thursday. December 8th, Thursday, I will probably be starting stream at 6 p.m. So check the Discord, check the Twitter. 6 p.m. Thursday. If Warnock wins, will the Dems hold a 51-49? It would be 51. Yeah, I think it's 51-49 if that's the case, right? Or is it 51-49 would be yeah, I think that would be the final tally. Should they be treated as terrorists? Well, it depends. It depends. More importantly, not just who, but why. Really, that's what it comes down to. Who and why. The buzz, it's a racial war thing. Jesus, if that ends up being the case, holy yikes. That is a significant escalation if that's the case, if that ends up being the case. But until we know for sure, we'll see what, investigate what the investigations turn up. We'll see. You're talking about the electricity substations? Yeah, the ones that were attacked in North Carolina. Believe there's 2. And as far as we know, there's still about 30 something K people without power. That probably will be the case for the next couple of days, maybe end of week. They'll get more of those folks online again. Yeah, if they win, it would be 51-49. That's right. The left would not do this, so it's likely a right-wing religious type. I mean, if it's politically motivated, I would wager my bets it's more than likely right-wing if it's politically motivated. Yeah, that's a bet I would be willing to make. That is a bet I'm willing to make. All right, folks. Let's get some headlines going through. Yeah, I don't think that there'd be any, like, reason why... Yeah, exactly. I don't think there'd be any reason why, if it's politically motivated, why it would be someone on the left. It wouldn't make sense. Why attack the substation? I don't know. So the big news that just broke. A disgruntled employee? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Although, like, if it was a disgruntled employee, I think it would be like a open shut kind of case, right? I mean, unless they're trying to keep it hush hush, and refusing to give out more information until they can, pinpoint exactly why that person did what they did, or persons did what they did. It could be, but wouldn't that mean that maybe it should have been like kind of like an open and shut case? They would have found the evidence pointing that, and then that's it. Like, oh yeah, this, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. We will definitely find out. Democrats would hold majorities in each committee, allowing them to process legislation and nominations much faster in the Dems' power. Issue subpoenas, yep. Supreme Court nominations will be easier, and Vice President Harris would not be needed to vote as often. Yeah, that's true. It's just a matter of whether or not they want to exercise that in a positive way, but yes, that's true. All right, big news of the day that just broke not too long ago. Trump Organization convicted in the New York criminal tax fraud case. Surprise, surprise. Con man is gonna con. There was a similar thing in California in 2014 and no one was caught. Huh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Surprise, surprise. Water is wet, folks. Water is wet indeed. Two subsidiaries of the Trump Organization were convicted on Tuesday by a jury in New York City of multiple crimes, including tax fraud. Wow. Who could have seen that coming? Falsifying business records and conspiracy. The guilty verdicts on all 17 charge accounts come weeks after the company owner, Republican former President Trump, declared that his candidacy for the White House in the 2024 election. Trump was not personally a defendant, and the case which was related to a scheme by his company to avoid taxes on compensation in the form of perks, included free apartments and luxury cars, to its then chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, and other executives since 2005. But a prosecutor, in closing arguments last week, said that Trump knew exactly what was going on. I mean, yeah, if you've ever heard him talk, he said people who avoid taxes are smart. So, yeah, Trump is in trouble. I don't know if he himself is in trouble. But shocker of all of all surprises, a fraud con man is his company is involved in fraud. No way. In other news, the sky is blue and water is wet. Look at that. A jury in Manhattan Supreme Court began deliberations on the case on Monday after a trial that featured testimony by Weisselberg, the only person actually charged in this case. Defense lawyers had argued that Weisselberg, who earlier pleaded guilty to 15 felony charges, was solely responsible for the scheme, not the Trump Organization. Nice. So they tried to throw everything on this one guy. Nice meme. Trump's company faces fines of up to $1.6 million at sentencing. In this case, the guilty verdicts also could harm the firm's ability to obtain loans for its various real estate holdings and other business ventures. Trump, 3 of its adult children, and the Trump Organization also still face a pending civil lawsuit by New York Attorney General Letitia James that alleges widespread fraud involving years of false financial statements related to the company. James is seeking at least $250 million in damages in that case. One of the subsidiaries charged in the criminal case, the Trump Corporation, was convicted of 9 counts. I mean, like, this seems like that it's going to provide evidence for the case here as well. But we'll see. Is Trump's own taxes out in public now? I don't know if they're out in public, but the Congress has them. Trump company fined $1.6 million. Where's the money coming from? Well, it's got to come from Trump, doesn't it? I don't know how, but it's got to come from him. Trump, in a post on his Truth Social account before the verdict was announced, falsely described the crime rate in his native New York City as he blasted Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg for prosecuting his company. Murder and violent crime is at an all-time high, and the DA office has spent nearly almost all of its time, folks, and money fighting a political witch hunt for DC against Trump's over fringe benefits. Oh, man. As if, like, they can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But, okay. The former president is the focus of multiple criminal probes, including federal investigations into his removal of documents from the White House and his efforts to reverse the outcome of 2020 election loss to President Biden. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But TLDR, the biggest takeaway here is that, yeah, it turns out he's been engaged, his companies have been engaging in some sketchy business dealings and tax fraud. So, no shit. Which will piggyback into I guess we'll talk about this, since this is like the big headline that just broke. But Trump tries to clarify, call for termination of parts of the Constitution amid backlash. So now we're trying to do a little oopsies, and walk in some of that back, some of that rhetoric. Unfortunately, the genie is out of the bottle, and the fact that this guy, and then the fact that this guy was outright just basically calling to his supporters, because like Truth Social, is basically just a hub for his supporters, right? And he knows that. So that's where he goes directly to, essentially talk to his supporters directly. And essentially, what he was arguing is that, well, the only way out of this is to suspend whatever notions that you have of Constitution, laws, and any of that notion, because I need to be reinstated as the rightful president because I was cheated. In fact, you were cheated. is what he's trying to pin it as. But nonetheless, it is incredibly disturbing, and I guess some modicum of backlash has caused him to attempt to reverse course here, but I think it's already too late, right? I mean, you've got like people like the Oath Keepers and whatnot, all these like far right domestic terrorists read in between the lines. They understand what Trump means, or at least they read into what Trump means when he says, things like, we need to stand up for our country, we need to take our country back and whatnot. Our country's being destroyed and all that. And we know this because they said so themselves. The people like the Oath Keepers and whatnot, they got the message, and no doubt they understood this message here. Former President Trump on Monday attempted to clarify his call for suspending parts of the Constitution, or the, quote, termination of rules and regulations that to allow himself to return to the White House after drawing rebuke from other Republicans. And by other Republicans, they mean like literally like a handful at most. The rest are just complicit, because fundamentally the Republican Party is just incompatible with democracy. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about any of that. They don't care about elections whatsoever, insofar as it helps them to achieve power. And if they lose, then, well, they don't care. Can the GOP refuse to back Trump for the 2024 president? Yes, which they should. That immediately should have... The correct response, should the GOP had any sense of integrity or whatnot, which clearly they don't, and I've been making this argument for a while now. They don't care. They're not interested in democratic norms, or even the semblance of democratic norms, because the immediate response, if any candidate were to come up and say like, yeah, dude, I'm completely comfortable with uttering the phrase, we need to terminate all rules, regulations up to and including the ones in the Constitution. That person, regardless, if they belong to a party, should be immediately rebuked. Immediately. Like, there's no need to think about this. It should be an immediate response. Like, okay, wait a minute. Listen, bro. No. Fuck off. That should be the immediate response. Like, knee-jerk reaction. But, of course, the Republican Party doesn't really care. They're actually okay with this. Initially, Trump said that on his Truth social platform on Saturday that the role of social media companies limiting and removing misinformation and content that violated his policies in 2020 allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles even found in the Yeah, like, this is what I don't understand. And we read it, we saw it, but I don't understand if he was trying to conflate, like, what was going on with social media and what was going on with the 2020 election. I don't know. He doesn't make any sense. In his newest post, Trump indicated that he didn't say he wanted to terminate the Constitution. No, he just says that that's an opening and that's an excuse to do so. But okay, stating on Monday, yesterday, that steps must be immediately taken to right the wrong, referring to what he describes as widespread fraud and deception, quote, involving big tech, of which he provided no evidence in the 2020 election. This is like nothing. This isn't much of a walkback. In fact, this is probably arguably worse. Steps must be immediately taken to right the wrong. What wrong, dude? And furthermore, yeah, your people, your domestic terrorists are going to listen to that and understand what they need to do. Because, like, what exactly do you mean by, quote, right the wrong? And what steps do we need to take? Like, this is the kind of stochastic terrorism right here that continues to happen unchallenged or no pushback whatsoever. Sadly, it goes against the GOP having Trump as king for 25. No, it goes perfectly in line with the GOP. The GOP is completely fine with Trump being at the head. The GOP is completely fine with Trump's authoritarianism. They welcome it. So it does not go against the GOP having Trump as king. It falls perfectly in line with the GOP. I haven't done anything wrong? Really? Really? You haven't done anything wrong? You know, to get banned off of Hildebeest's channel, uh, it's quite a feat. It's quite a feat to get banned from Hildebeest's channel. So we'll see if you quote did nothing wrong. Sure, buddy. We'll see. Are you pals? I don't think you understand. Trolls have no power in the lefty neural network, okay? We are everywhere. We see everything. You accidentally misgendered someone. Did you do that also in Jeff Woldarf's stream? Because that also takes quite a bit of effort to get banned from there. 2+ channels. What else did you do? Oh, look, another clown. Who are we? I don't know who are we? Who are we? I don't know. Why don't you answer that question? Trump's initial comment came after Twitter CEO Elon Musk promoted a series of tweets from writer Matt Taibbi about Twitter removing content particularly related to Joe Biden's son Hunter in 2020. Earlier on Monday, Republican close to Trump sought to clarify the former president's comment, suggesting that Trump was, oh yeah, no, guys, he was misunderstood. He was misunderstood. Sorry, he was misunderstood, folks. When he said that he wanted to, toss out whatever rules and regulations, even up to and including the Constitution, you're just misunderstanding, folks. That's right. Trump did nothing wrong. No, he did a lot of things wrong, but whatever. I could see why. No, it's not really a matter of opinion. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's not a matter of opinion. What they fail to understand is that we like trolls. We like eating them for dinner. True. Yeah, they came to the wrong place. I guess they got banned from everywhere else that wouldn't have. Yes, your opinion is wrong. Yes. 100%. Next question. Man, did they walk into the wrong place. He's highlighted the unprecedented nature of big tech. Okay, but you could just say that. You could just say that. And not have the whole, we need to throw out the Constitution part of it. Right? You know who didn't like opinions? Hitler. Cool, dude. When did I say I didn't like opinions? And why is that even relevant? You asked me if your opinion was wrong. The answer to that question is yes. So let me keep my opinion. You asked me if, are you capable of understanding, basic sentences or basic English? Are you able to understand, basic English? It's a simple yes or no question. Let's see if we can walk you through this. Okay? When you asked me if my opinion is wrong, the answer to that question is yes. You didn't ask me if you could or could not keep your opinion, or if you didn't like. I don't give a shit. You asked me a question and I answered it. What, is that a problem? Or maybe you're just incapable of having this conversation. I don't know. Usually the right wing doesn't send their best. They're not sending their best, folks. I simply asked a question. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're just asking questions. I know. It's the same with all of you. He's highlighted the unprecedented nature of big tech meddling in the 2020 election to benefit Joe Biden, just like how how unprecedented of an act like terminating some of the rules of the Constitution would be. Yeah, but if he would have just said that, he would have still been wrong. But there wouldn't be as much backlash, because then the implication, at least there could be an argument to be made there. It would be wrong, of course, but it's not the same as to what he said. Like, this is like gaslighting 101, because like the internet is forever, and it turns out that we can see exactly what he typed. It's not that hard to go back to it. And furthermore, this isn't even the first time he's made like authoritarian comments. This isn't even the first time. This is the one of the most egregious ones. It's not about what I saw in my eyes. It's what's literally in front of me. He's an authoritarian piece of shit. Next question. This is definitely one of the most egregious ones, but it isn't the first time he's made authoritarian comments. But yeah, like, what are we supposed to extrapolate from this quote? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules. Like, this is how gaslighting works, folks. This is what Trump actually wrote down. Quote, a massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. Our great founders did not want or would not condone false and fraudulent elections. Basically, the implication is, I lost the election and it was stolen from you. So we need to remedy this, and if that means, and to do so, well, we must terminate all rules, regulations, and articles, even those that are found in the Constitution. Here, we're being told that he's highlighting the unprecedented nature of big tech. This has nothing to do with what this guy's spinning, trying to spin. He didn't make massive tax cuts for the American you mean like the big corporations maintaining great relations with the Israeli people? You mean like that's kind of like standard procedure for like pretty much every president? Whether or not you agree with that, that's a different story, but I don't see the relevance of these 2 points. Okay, I'm talking about some legitimate like authoritarian shit, like anti-democratic statements that should worry anybody. I mean, if you're comfortable with just authoritarianism, then just own it. If you're comfortable with the ex-president of the United States hanging out and having dinner with Nazis, then just fucking own it. Simple as that. Just own it. If you're comfortable with the president of the United States having dinner with literal fucking Nazis, I mean, dude, hey, just own it. He didn't stop any war, dude. The war in Iraq, he stopped the war in Iraq? What? When? What? These are just delusions. These are not even based in reality. Anyways, it seems to me like the fact that the ex-president, having dinner with Nazis, the ex-president repeatedly making, ever more authoritarian, anti-democratic statements. I mean, just own it. You don't care. Just own it. You don't care. Fox News fan, who's the Nazi? Really? He didn't do that either. Like, these are just delusions. Yeah, dinner with Nazis. Yeah, Fox News. I mean, it's obvious based on your username that you're just completely in La La Land. But yeah, he did not defeat ISIS in Iraq. They're still there. Guaranteed. But who's the Nazi? Nick Fuentes, my dude. Hello. I know that all you watch is Fox News. But Nick Fuentes, Kanye West, Milo Yiannopoulos. Come on. Your current president, and he's yours too if you're an American, is supporting the Nazis in Ukraine as we speak. What? The Nazis in Ukraine? What? What are you talking about? Listen, the right wing has been on some superhuman levels of copium. You guys are just on unprecedented levels of copium. You don't care about Jews, you're just exposing those people to make a good point against Trump. What, the fact that he actually had dinner with these people, that's not a problem to you? That's not a deal breaker to you? The fact that he continues to make more and more egregious anti-democratic comments and the Republican Party is nowhere to be found, that doesn't bother you? Again, listen, again, if you're okay with this, just own it. That's okay. No, links are not allowed. You guys love this when they're shooting at gay parties. What? What? Are you okay? Yeah, I know you admire Kanye. I know all of you folks. Again, the anti-Semitism, the Nazi shit just isn't a problem for you guys. You're demonstrating it in real time for me. I don't need ammunition. You're doing it yourself. You're telling everybody here exactly yourself. Okay, and my point was that the anti-Semitism isn't a deal breaker for you. Did you not hear? Are your ears not working? Hello, can everybody hear me? Hello, is this on? The fact that the ex-president of the United States is having dinner with literal Nazis isn't a deal breaker for you, then just own it. Those were my statements. That was my words. Okay? That was what I said. I said that you're okay with it. And you should own it. That's it. I mean, if you're having a problem of following, then that's a you problem. I understand that. Again, the right wing right now is just on unbelievable levels of copium because of what's been happening with all the Nazi shit that's been coming out. But you gotta own it. You gotta own it. You gotta own it. Got just in time here for the trolls. Yeah. Yeah, he was just trying to stir the hate and division. Yeah, whatever it is that you guys need to do, whatever it is that, the Olympic levels of mental gymnastics that people like Harrison, whatever your name is, and Fox News guy or Fox News fan, the Olympic levels of mental gymnastics that you people need to do to justify this is unbelievable. And you're demonstrating it in real time. That's all. I don't need to say anything. You guys are saying it. Not me. Anyways. So this is what he actually said. And what we're being told that he said, this is how Gaslighting 101 works. This is a politics channel. You have to be able to take both sides. No, that's where you're wrong, Harrison. This is my channel. And I dictate whatever the fuck I want in this channel. So if I say that the color blue isn't allowed on this channel, then guess what? If you type the color blue, I'm going to ban you. If I say that that whatever it is that I want isn't allowed or is allowed, then that's how it is. This is my channel. I don't have to be able to do anything on my channel. You come into my house and tell me how to run my house? You're funny. No, I'm kidding, Charmed One. I'm kidding. I'm making... No, I'm making a point. I'm making a point. Blue is my favorite color. Look, my microphone foam is blue. There's plenty of evidence there. Look, the little background is blue. I was making a point. True, but he's more reasonable than that. Yeah, anyways, imagine coming into somebody's house and telling them how they need to run their house. Imagine coming into somebody's house, somebody's like, private channel, or at least a channel that they privately own. Imagine saying that, trying to dictate how the rules work. Imagine. Anyways, that was a good laugh. That was a good laugh. So it isn't politics? Oh, this is absolutely a politics channel. I just don't have to do anything that I don't want. I don't have to be able to take whatever or I whatever opinions I want or whatnot, or whatever topics, whatever that I don't want to discuss or anything like that. I don't have to do anything. No one does. Well, you're literally implying your words, which we can all see, by the way. Quote, this is a politics channel. You have to be able to take both sides. No, I don't. You are mistaken, my friend. This is my channel. That's what you're mistaken. I don't have to do anything. That's literally what politics are. That's literally what politics isn't. But okay. I mean, I understand for people like you, words are hard, and definitions are a little bit difficult. But that's definitely not what politics is. What's the matter? Fox News already ran away? Fox News fan? Damn. Fox News fan ran away? That's... How's it going, Wolf Glenn? It's funny how trolls and chuds never stream on their own channels. No, because they get banned because they don't understand terms of service. And then they screech about freedom of speech. They're incapable of adhering to perfectly simple terms of service. That's why. That's why they never stream. Because, like, they get banned all the time. Because they're incapable of holding terms of service. Hopefully Fox will see some changes with... I don't know who that is, but Fox is gone, dude. Fox is gone. I don't understand why anybody would watch Fox News. And think of, like, their pundits, like, as legitimate sources of information. You're screaming about freedom of speech? Not screaming about anything. I'm saying that you are. I'm saying that the right wing can't even adhere. Again, I don't know if you're just incapable of having a conversation here. I'm saying that the right wing is incapable of streaming because they get banned all the time because they can't adhere to basic terms of service, and they just get clapped all the time and then screech about freedom of speech. That's all. Easy peasy. I came in at a fun time. True. Oh, Murdoch's young son. Oh, yeah, much better. Yeah, dude. True. Nah, dude, Fox News is gone. There's no point. It seems like I came in at a fun time. True. Welcome, Echo Ruster Dragon. I was trying to save a link of Tucky getting mocked today. Tucker should be mocked repeatedly. That's actually like a moral imperative to mock Tucker Carlson on a daily basis. It is like a moral imperative to mock Tucker Carlson on a daily basis. That's kind of like a thing. Anyways. So here is what Trump actually said, and here's what we're being told. That he said. This is like gaslighting 101. Quote, he's highlighting the unprecedented nature of big tech meddling in the 2020 election to benefit Joe Biden. Again, where's the evidence for this? and just like how unprecedented of an act like terminating some rules of the Constitution would be. That's not really what he said at all. That's literally not what he said. We have screenshots. We can go back to his Truth Social post. That's not what he said. He's openly calling for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, because of some delusion in his mind that he lost the election. That's it. That's it. In your opinion, did Trump do anything well? Yes, he rallied the far right, and he successfully is chipping away at the whatever semblance of democratic norms. He's chipping away at them pretty good, actually. He's being very effective at that. Yeah. He's doing that very well. He's chipping away at whatever semblance of democratic institutions. He's chipping away at that very well. Pretty much, that's about it. Trump's comments, the advisor did not say if Trump would push the idea further, followed a news cycle in which Republican leaders roundly condemned him. Sure, dude. For dining with a white nationalist leader, an increasingly anti-Semitic rapper known as Ye. He wasn't dining with a white nationalist. He was dining with a fucking Nazi, okay? And we're still waiting for the Republican Party to be like, hey, this blatant, authoritarian shit is a no-go, and yeet him out. That would have been, the immediate response, but that's not what's happening. But whatever. He's standing in the field of other possible 2024 candidates has diminished steadily since he left the White House almost 2 years ago, yet Trump remains a clear frontrunner because the Republican Party doesn't care, as we're being repeatedly shown in chat. The Republican Party actually really doesn't care. Yeah. No, there's no point in trying to see if they see anything wrong. No, they're okay with this. They're okay with the fact that he's dining with Nazis. They're okay with the fact that he's being blatantly authoritarian. They're okay with the fact that he's completely yeeting us out, yeeting the Constitution and whatever democratic norms out the window. That's it. That's it. They literally do not care. And we're being consistently reminded of that. Thanks to our fellows in chat. He kept us out of the kitchen when the plates started to fly only because he was friends with the cook. I wish I understood what that even meant. I'm sorry. I wish I understood what that even meant. And this is the Republican Party's response. Quote, he says a lot of things, but that doesn't mean it's ever going to happen. Yeah, I don't care if it's ever going to happen, dude. He still said the things. Why is it so hard to just say, hey, being fascistic is not okay. Being some kind of proto-fascist authoritarian piece of shit is not okay. And the reason why they can't do that, the reason why they're engaging in Olympic levels of mental gymnastics, is because fundamentally they don't care. They don't care. They're fine. They're fine with his authoritarianism. Can you sing me a song? Why would I sing you a song? Why would anybody want to hear me sing a song? Can we talk about the Hunter laptop? Nope. Not an important story. Unless you're fantasizing about Hunter Biden's, genitals, there's really not much. Unless you're into the whole party lifestyle and drugs and whatnot, there's pretty much nothing else to that story. But whatever, dude. Putin was starting a war. True. He did start that war. I don't know what the relevance is here, but okay. What rigged election? Do you have evidence for that? Oh man, here we go. Here we go. What's the evidence for the election being rigged? Can you send me a link to prove that statement, or are you just making shit up? Because if you can't prove that statement, you're gonna get banned. You know that, right? You know, like anti-intellectualism, making claims like that and not being able to support them, will get you banned. So come on, send me the links. No, you're not allowed to send links in chat. But he made a very big claim. Whoa! I don't give a shit about Ben. Whoa! I don't care about Ben Shapiro. Send me personally. You can whisper me. I'm sure you can figure it out. Send me the link to that huge claim. You said, quote, the rigged election, nothing to see there. And the implication is that the election was rigged. Yeah, send it to me. If you can't send me, because that's a huge claim. That is a massive claim. I'm not here to do your homework. I don't care about Ben Shapiro. You made a claim about a rigged election. No. Are instructions just hard for you people? Are instructions just too hard for you people to understand? Are you just this incapable? Are you just this incapable to follow basic instructions? Wow, dudes. Unbelievable. What did I say? I said, if you have a link to prove and to make the claim for, quote, the rigged election, the implication being the 2020 election is rigged, I need evidence for that. I did what you said. No, you didn't. I specifically said, send it to me directly. There's no links in chat. I said specifically, send it to me in direct message or whisper, whatever the heck you want to call it. If you can't provide me evidence of such a big claim, then I don't know why the fuck you're even saying it. I'm not insulting them. How do I whisper you? If you can't figure that out, that's a you problem. I'm not insulting them. This isn't a hard concept. If you're going to make a claim, you better be prepared to back it up, especially a claim like that. How do I whisper you? Figure it out. I'm pretty sure you know how to whisper. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out how to direct message somebody on an app. This is not a hard concept. You know, every time I ask for evidence, it's always a problem to produce something so basic. Like, not even a single link. You don't even know how to just simply send something over whispers or DMs. Jesus Christ. The answer is, of course, it's bullshit. And probably the link we're going to get is some type of like Ben Shapiro video, which has nothing to do with the claim of the 2020 election is rigged. You know how I know? Because Ben Shapiro doesn't believe that. Ben Shapiro doesn't believe the fact that the election was rigged. He doesn't subscribe to that claim. He never subscribed to that claim. That's how I know it's bullshit. Ben Shapiro has never said, to my knowledge, has never said that the 2020 election was rigged. That's how I know that whatever Fox News, whatever their name is, the evidence that they're going to present, especially if it's a Ben Shapiro video, it's going to be bullshit because he never actually said that. Well, one day they'll learn how to read instruction. One day they'll learn. One day they'll learn. They're not sending their best, folks. Hey, look at that! They figured it out! Woo! Look at that! They figured it out! Amazing. Trump never won the popular vote when he was installed by the electors last election. Yes, he did not win the popular vote. That's true. Oh no, we got an even better one, chat. We got Tucker Carlson as our source. Woohoo! This is the source that they provided for the election being rigged. Tucker Carlson, quote, "Yes, the election was rigged for Joe Biden. Here's how."
Good evening and welcome to Tucker
shut up.
Carlson tonight. You've
heard a lot over the past few days about the security of our voting machines. No, we actually haven't. Do I need to back that up? No. This is a claim that has not been disputed. We know this because we saw the results with our own eyes. We saw the results with our own eyes. No, this isn't a claim you need to back up unless you're trying to tell me that some wild conspiracy theory is true. You're gonna need to obviously back that up. But no, I saw the evidence with my own eyes. I saw the results with my own eyes. You don't need to back that up. Your condescending nature is pathetic. Then why are you here? Why are you here? What did you think? Did you think that this was gonna be easy for you? Did you think that you were gonna come in here and have a and have a good time, knowing that you've been going around in other lefty channels? And saying shit to get you banned? You saw the rigged results. Again, if this is your evidence, this isn't really evidence. This is Fox News, dude. This isn't evidence of a rigged election. This is a Fox News article by Tucker Carlson. Okay? Someone who has been known to lie consistently. This is a real issue no matter who raises it or tries to dismiss it out of hand as a conspiracy theory. It isn't, because Trump's own Department of Homeland Security said that it was fine. Electronic voting is not as secure as traditional hand counting. There's no reason to believe that the implication here is that the results weren't correct. Yeah, first of all, Studio Fortress brings up a good point. This isn't a news article. This isn't a news article. This is an opinion piece. This is an opinion piece. Why would I trust an opinion? Our leaders are given every reason to not trust technology. Now people are telling us to stop asking questions about voting features. No, we're asking you to provide the evidence as to why you feel that way. And if you can't provide the evidence, then why are you making these claims? The fact that you even dared to give me this as evidence is pathetic. Is honestly pathetic. It says opinion. Yes, it does. Hey, Lauren, how's it going? Jesse James, how's it going? Other countries don't use electronic voting because they know it undermines the confidence in democracy. That's not true either. Hey, to all my folks who are not, to my folks who are not, in the U.S., who live in like literally anywhere else, you guys use electronic machines, do you not? Anyone in chat can answer that question that's not in the U.S. Yeah, he read it on the internet. Oh, look, then another clown. Wow, it's like an entire circus decided to show up. No, that's actually incorrect, Fox News. In some places, they use vote tabulators, which are machines that count the votes. Some Northwest territories have experimented with internet voting for absentee voting, so it's not all by hand. So that's just not true. Maybe you should check before you type shit. So yeah, this is not evidence that the election was rigged. Can't whisper it to you because too lazy to register. Damn, that sounds like a you problem. And I live in Canada. I know shit. Okay. And I just said it's not in everywhere in Canada. So again, it just seems like you just have a problem. It just seems like you don't have the capability of just having this conversation. So maybe one day you'll figure it out. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. My friend in Canada votes through the internet. Some provinces I can remember. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Hey, Left Flank Vets rating with 272 wonderful folks. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Jesus. Thank you for the follow, Nix, Pastry Plug, Automato, River Ravens, Basement Hippo. Thank you. The Twitter files aren't Salty Kami. Thank you. Blue Moon, Handicap Zone, Holy Fodder. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Bear Claw, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Arias, Granny, thank you. I appreciate that. Days Vegan Gamer Mom, thank you. I appreciate that. Woo! Isaac of the Net, thank you so much. Bob Dragon, I hope you're well. Thank you. I hope you're doing all right. Welcome, 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 everybody. Folks! If you don't know who I am a Difficult Truth. We do the news, we do the politics, Monday to Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome, everybody. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out twitch.tv/leftflankvets. Okay? Twitch.tv/leftflankvets. Marcus does a phenomenal job. And I believe he also called into the Majority Report today. That's pretty cool. Han got banned for 48 hours and now we have some refugees. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Make sure you also follow Left Flank Vets on Twitter. So do that as well. Pete's cousin. I don't know who that is. The background looks familiar. I don't know. Thank you for the follow, Taco. Appreciate that. Swaggy Solidarity. I don't know. Holy City, how's it going? Pac-Man, no. Wrong. Wrong. This is my background. That's right. I did it first, okay? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Pac-Man says. I don't care what Sam Cedar says. I did it first. That's all there is to it, and I'm sticking to that story. Copyright from the oh, shoot. Really? I love how quickly you change the subject. Now there's more than 10 viewers. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't respond to you. Yeah, I'm only condescending to you because you've come out here with some wild claims with an opinion piece by Tucker Carlson to substantiate your claim, which is quite frankly pathetic. Quite pathetic that you would come in thinking that you were going to prove your point with a Tucker Carlson article. Yikes, dude. Oh, the Gavin and someone else interview. I forget. What was it? A Ye and Gavin interview, which was another freaking nightmare. Yeah, my citation, Tucker Carlson. True. Man baby in a toe and in a bow tie. True. JY, thank you. No, I'm not interested in doing your homework. the Twitter files have nothing to do with the proof, with substantiating the claim that the 2020 election was rigged. So, yeah, that's an L for you, because that actually doesn't prove that the 2020 election was rigged. But thanks for playing. Yeah, imagine citing Tucker Carlson. Imagine. But hey, this is the right wing, folks. This is what they come at me with. This is what they come at me with, chat. A Tucker Carlson video. I mean, not a Tucker Carlson video. Tucker Carlson opinion piece. They're just not sending their best, chat. I'm sorry. Or maybe they are. Not sure which is more pathetic. You mean Tucker's not a substantive source? No way. True. Anyways. The whole Twitter file thing is embarrassing. They're trying so hard to make something out of nothing. Yep. Anyways, thanks for playing. Maybe next time you'll actually come with some substantive evidence, and maybe next time it would behoove you to take 5 seconds to think about what you're typing, because you do know that these are things that you are typing. You're actually typing. You're taking the time to type these things. And it's quite frankly embarrassing. Maybe some advice is to take 5 seconds to think about, cross-referencing it, and then pressing the send button. Maybe, but maybe in a different life, my friend. Maybe. Unfortunately, you were not able to substantiate your claim. You gave me a Tucker Carlson opinion piece, so. Anyone else want to make a claim that they cannot substantiate? I blame the education system, true. This is for the... oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, all the links are donezo. All the links are in chat, disabled because, well, Nazis and, I was DDoSed months ago. For NPR, District Judge Mary Viscoli's opinion, leaning heavily on the argument of Fox's lawyer, the general tenor of the show should be then informed that a viewer that Carlson is not stating actual facts about the topics he discusses and instead engaging in exaggeration and non-literal commentary. True! Yep. It's the we're just entertainment. It's okay, Holy City. Yeah, so the fact that they're even like citing this is quite embarrassing. What does it matter that Tucker had more than 75? Yeah, I don't care. This is a logical fallacy, an ad populum fallacy, where you think that just because a whole bunch of more people agree that automatically makes them right. Obviously that isn't the case. If I'm in a channel with 10 viewers and that streamer is saying that the earth is round, and then we have a channel with 1,000 viewers and that streamer is saying that the earth is flat, the streamer with the 1,000 viewers is still wrong. Okay? Just saying. Anyways, thanks for playing. If you're gonna come in here and make some wild claims, you better come prepared to back it up, or it's just not gonna get anywhere. Sorry. Next. But the people have voted. True. True. I remember when Tucker complained that he had to write articles. Ha! Ad populum. Yep, there we go. That's what it is. Cool. All right. So now that we've now that we've gotten past this, Just Belmont, thank you for the follow. You can stop the nonsense by going to subscriber only chat. Why would I do that? People like you are like the lifeblood of my existence. You know that, right? Trolls like you. That is literally what gives me life. Dunking on like right-wing clowns is what gives me life, okay? Yeah, trolls equal content. True. Exactly. Unless Tucker will be like Rush and have a pundit job for 35 years. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All right. Quote, Representative-elect Michael Lawler said on CNN State of the Union, obviously I don't support that, and said that most people want to move on from Trump's 2020 loss. So then why aren't you calling for his removal? Why aren't you calling for his removal away from the party? It doesn't take much to carve out a niche on that side. True. You're defending a side that approves of pushing transgenderism on kids. What is that? Can you substantiate that claim? That's another big claim. What evidence do you have that there's a push? It implies some kind of force, right? That's what push means. Can you defend that statement? Can you provide evidence of that statement? Can you provide evidence of that statement? Yeah, that's true. He got us, chat. The plan is to make kids transgenderism. True. True. People who think acknowledging LGBTQ people makes kids LGBTQ are the same people who think racism will stop if you try to acknowledge it. True. If you stop acknowledging it. Read the story of Noah Lenomer and his parents are. Again, this isn't evidence, my friend. This is not evidence. Okay? Do you know how this works when you ask for evidence to back a claim? Usually that involves some type of study, some type of several indicators that what you're saying is true, right? Giving me a citation of one story, which I don't even know if it's true or not, but okay. Giving me one citation of one story is not evidence. Yeah, that's right. They're making our kids tangerines. True. How can trans people populate without manufacturing more? What? How do you manufacture? Do you know how this works? They're just being hateful. I don't believe they're this ignorant. No, this is not about ignorance, or I don't know. This bottom mod stuff. There we go. All right, that's enough. Listen, bro. I've kept this troll. I've kept you long enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. They're not sending their best, folks. Come on. Where's the other one? Fox News guy or whatever the heck your name is. Straights breed trans by accident. That's how biology works. True. They just want to exist. Exactly. Like, sorry, I'm playing League of Legends. Oh, no, dude, let me help you. Let me help you. Hold on, 1 second. Let me help you. Let me help you so that you can get back to your game that clearly you have absolutely no concept of understanding, of even beginning to be able to have a conversation. Imagine like asking for some basic evidence and then like you fall back to I'm playing League. How fucking embarrassing, dude. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Imagine if non-human animals demonstrated a similar complex spectrum of sexuality. Damn, imagine. How embarrassing. This is the right wing, folks. This is the way the right wing engages, or lack thereof, I guess. Hey, I see that you made a claim of X. Is there something to back it up? Sorry, dude, I'm playing League. The best I could do is like one story about this one time. Baked Cupcake, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I bet he sucks at League too. I bet I'm better than him at League. Yeah, just like that FTX guy. Yep. Freaking clown. And the stories don't even say what they want to. Yeah, like even if you do find like that one story, it's often quite misrepresented. Anyway, so it's really hard to trust, like, you know, when the right wing makes like makes a claim and then like attempts to latch on to like one story, because like it's always, especially with like these type of claims, it's always the same story, and they desperately try to like expand that out, because it's not about the truth. Conservative evangelicals just straight up want to overthrow the government and put people in jail if they don't pray to Jeebus every 5 minutes. Unironically, yes. This person, they wanted to look us up, was a young trans girl with 2 trans parents. Meanwhile, most trans kids don't even have trans parents, so what is the point? I don't know. Kling, I don't know. Listen, like I said, like you said, I'm sorry, like you said, oftentimes, like the one story that they end up clinging to just ends up like not even being 100% what they claimed it to be anyways. It's the same thing, like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, right? And it all falls apart within 5 seconds of just simple scrutiny. And that's quite frankly embarrassing. I have a large conservative anti-LGBT family and I still ended up being trans. Damn, it's almost like, I don't know, that's just who you are. Damn. It's almost like that's just how people are, you know? That's like the folks who grew up in like a super Christian, conservative, whatever, and like they're still gay. Yeah, dude, it happens. That's just who you are. Human nature, human expression of like gender and identity and stuff like that. It's just, that's just the way it is. People are people. You're more likely to want to come out if your family is also LGBT though, but it doesn't equal causation. True. It would be fine if we had kids and they were cis. Heck, they face less problems that way. I'd probably be happy in that way. They love anecdotes, just not like that. Yep. These trolls are just regurgitating Fox. Yeah. They're just regurgitating whatever reinforces their bigotry. And their bigotry is based on whatever Fox News and whatever people like Tucker Carlson need you to be afraid of. That's where it comes from too. That's where it comes from. It's bigotry that is being fed to them because that's what Tucker Carlson is telling you to be afraid in the next white power hour on Fox News. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. Hateful bigotry based on fear. Which, yes, fear equals control. It's as simple as that. Yep, bigotry and ignorance that stems from fear. And that fear is dictated to you by, Tucker Carlson and whoever. Conservatives call LGBT groomers, but then ignore the issues of grooming in the Catholic Church because it's not about grooming, it's about LGBTQ people existing. Right. 100%. In fact, we went over that video of like an anti-grooming demonstration, and like these Nazi fucks were just out there Sieg Heiling. It was never about that. It was never about that. We went over a video yesterday on Twitter that there was like an anti-grooming demonstration, and it was just like a bunch of fucking Nazi fucks Sieg Heiling. Okay. Yeah, and furthermore, every accusation just ends up being a confession, right? Who was like one of the biggest proponents of like that okay groomer shit? James Lindsay. And didn't he end up being incredibly connected to, a sex cult that was engaging in, grooming? Damn. It just happens consistently that the right wing, a lot of times, all these accusations just end up being confessions. It just happens over and over and over again. Pretends to be shocked. Yeah, and all the Republicans who are like super, they're grooming our children. Damn, that's very interesting. Hey, remind me who's under investigation for sex trafficking of an underage girl. Remind me, who's currently under federal investigation for underage? Hey, remember that guy? Who was it? Sargon of Akkad, a Mr. Carl Benjamin. Yep, Matt Gaetz. Hey, didn't Sargon of Akkad say something to the effect of like some children mature differently than others? That's very interesting. It always ends up being that all of these clowns that end up making these radical accusations and whatnot, they just end up being confessions. Yeah, Matt Walsh is another one. He's incredibly creepy. Like I would almost call for some type of investigation into Matt Walsh. Incredibly creepy. Like, that dude has raised so many red flags. It is unbelievable. Especially with like the weird freaking video of him in the car talking about like mulling over the concept of consent. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's a video of him in his car. Shoot. It's a video of him in his car. The Majority Report went over it. Holy yikes! If that doesn't freaking raise some massive red flags. I'll find it. Don't worry. Hold on. You want to talk about some like creepy stuff? It was on Majority Report. I'm just trying to figure out where, Oh, here we go.
Georgia.
Ah!
Sitting in a car parked on the side of the road talking about how the age of consent really is a social construct, which of course it is, we're a society, but he thinks it's weird. He thinks it's weird that like there's, that only the notion of consent makes sex okay. Here he is both being theocratic and just sort of creepy. Let's play this clip. The Surfs, I think, uncovered this video.
Minds, we have really two categories. There are non-consensual sex, which is bad, and then we have consensual sex, which we think is always good. That's what the culture says. That's what a lot of us have, most of us, it seems like that's the idea that we have. It's like, as long as they're consenting adults who choose to do this thing, then it must be okay.
I mean, that's how consent works. If two adults consent to having X, yes, that's exactly how that works. The fact that he's being so like, I guess, it is incredibly worrying. I have never debated age of consent, and I have no plans to. Yeah, like there shouldn't be a debate about age of consent. The fact that the only people that are having this conversation is the right wing, and they have the audacity to be like, yeah, dude, the lefties are just a bunch of like nonsense, is wild to me. It's just wild. But no, don't listen to me. Let's take it from Matt Walsh. Let's listen to him.
But the reality is, there's a lot of bad sex. There's a lot of immoral sex. There's a lot of disordered, gross, harmful sex that is nonetheless consensual.
Pause it. And
so, yeah. Anyways. This is so much worse than I remember it. Oh yeah, no, he's just creepy. He's just creepy.
Sexual morality but they're not all rape. Less consensual. All of the cases that I mentioned,
as this creep is sitting in his car, consent of consent, undercutting the notion of consent, adults, and this is it.
Nonetheless consensual.
Pause it, and I want you to understand. We've got other clips of him talking about this. Understand that when you attack the notion of consensual sex, it cuts both ways. Now, when you say that just our society is under this notion that like only consensual sex is good, but there can be bad sex that takes place if it's consenting between two adults. I mean, this is his theocracy. He believes that he is the one who adjudicates what consenting adults should and should not
Yeah, I shave occasionally. That's what happened. And I'm also wearing a different beanie. I'm also wearing a different beanie. I feel so bad for his wife. True. Yeah, South Kami. This is Matt Walsh, folks.
do. But understand,
Also, Ben Shapiro still employs this person. Ben Shapiro Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire still have Candace Owens on their media empire. Yeah.
if you undercut the notion of consent when it's given, you're also undercutting the notion of consent when it's withheld. It cuts both ways. But you attack the notion of consent when it's given as being invalid because it's a lot less supposedly problematic than attacking the notion of consent when it's withheld. Consent is consent. And if you don't want that to be the marker of what people do, it gives you a lot of freedom to engage in stuff that is not consensual.
Which is fundamentally, that's what Republicans, that's what their goal is, right? They don't believe in the notion of consent. And Sam is pointing out that we can see through your bullshit, dude. we can see what you're, we're picking up what you're throwing down, and it's incredibly creepy.
It's just a point to bring up as this creep is sitting in his car. God knows what he's across the street from, but go ahead.
Right, exactly,
Bad
Buck Dragon.
sex. There's a lot of immoral sex. There's a lot of disordered, gross, harmful sex that is nonetheless consensual. All of the cases that I mentioned, they're all immoral, bad, gross, harmful. But they're not all rape. Some of them were, not all of them. And until we acknowledge that there are other ways to have immoral sexual relations with a person, until we reclaim sexual morality and sexual boundaries, we will be stuck trying to condemn all bad sex on the grounds of consent.
But like, what? Uh-oh. Oh, mega yikes. Yeah, first of all, why is he in his car? They want consent to be when your husband who should be serving to wants sex. Yeah, that's exactly it. Holy yikes, Batman. Sheesh.
Which expands the idea of consent so broadly as to render it meaningless, so that when we really need it, when there is actual non-consensual sex happening, we don't have any meaningful way to describe it, because the word consent has become is increasingly means nothing.
What? The word consent increasingly means nothing. If I am a adult, which I am, and I am going to have a sexual engagement with another adult, and we both agree to X, no matter what that X is, if we both agree to it and we understand where the boundaries are, and then we still operate within those boundaries, and if one of us is uncomfortable and then it stops, that's the whole entire premise of consent. He's trying to equate non-cis heterosex to not quite as bad as rape, but still bad sex. Yep. He's trying to equate non-cis heterosex to not quite as bad as rape, but still bad. Yeah. Yeah, which is Sam's original, not anecdote, but Sam's addendum at the beginning, where he's like, this is just his theocracy, and then like the creepiness behind it. He's like, yeah, I have a random thought, pull over and make a video. Yep. Who is this guy? This is Matt Walsh, employee of the Daily Wire, and conservative, a very big conservative pundit. This guy and his wish of sexual boundaries. Women do not make this. No, they're not. They shouldn't make decisions in his world. In his world, the women do not make decisions. He knows what the moral and correct decisions are.
because we've expanded it so much.
Pause it. First off, what does that mean? The word consent we've expanded it so much. What the hell does that mean? Consent is consent. We can have evidence of consent that we might need in a courtroom, right? This is evidence of consent. This is not evidence of consent. But the word consent, meaning I am of a certain age that society has deemed that I am able to give consent, and I have given or withheld that consent as evidenced by these things that society has determined are the markers of that. That is pretty obvious. But he's out there saying that the word consent is now meaningless and that you can actually, that it shouldn't be applied to certain things.
I'm sorry, Anarchist Laboratory.
Creepy stuff. Aside from the fact that he's the one who determines whether to consenting adults the sex they have is okay. That's just standard issue theocratic stuff. But this stuff where he's starting to undercut the notion of consent and that we can't really, that's not the way that we should measure whether something's right or wrong. And when he talks about did he say actual rape?
Yeah. He's
something to that effect. That is the concept, right? That's what sunk that Republican candidate for, what was his name?
Todd Aiken.
Todd Aiken.
Rape. Yeah.
Yeah. Actual legitimate rape. Same
rape,
thing.
Yeah.
Your body is way shut. Well, what he's trying to do is while pretending he's concerned for real rape victims.
Not only that, Matt Walsh has also defended convicted nonces. So, yeah, he said that the conviction of who was it? Was not correct or something like that. Oh my God, hold on. Defends.
It's
Josh Duggar. It was some, he's defended, yep. It was a Christian reality star, Josh Duggar. So, yeah. That's right, Swaggy. That's who Matt Walsh defended and came out in support of. Yep.
Trying to walk back some of the progress that has been made on the concept of consent, which is if the victim is blacked out drunk, incapacitated, maybe unable to consent in the way that would be where they're lucid, or just other more expanded notions. He wants that to be essentially eliminated, so that rape is only, what you see in the movies, or what was done in wartime, where it's forcible holding somebody down. Then we can include rape in that instance, but all this other stuff, it's gone too far and it's hurting actual rape victims.
Yeah.
Meaningless, so that when we really need it, when there is actual non-consensual sex happening, we don't have any meaningful way to describe it, because the word consent has become is increasingly means nothing.
And again, that's not true. The word consent absolutely means something. And the fact that he's out here trying to make the implication that society is making the word consent meaningless is just wild and alarming.
Because we've expanded it so much, and we've turned it into this complicated equation where nobody really knows when consent is happening. And even if a person does something willingly and is like, yes, let's do this.
Self-report. Holy shit. Self-report. Massive self-report. Yeah, Bob Dragon. It's very, very simple, actually. I agree to do X, and then at any point, if I feel uncomfortable, I can rescind that, and I just say no. And at that point, consent has been rescinded. In other words, I no longer feel comfortable in doing X, so we need to stop now. And that's it. And that's okay. That's okay. Maybe, I don't know, humans are humans. Maybe you're just like really into something and you really want to try something, and all of a sudden, I don't know, you just don't feel like doing it anymore. You say no, and that's the end of it. That's the end of the interaction right there. If somebody agrees, if two consenting adults agree to do X, and then in the middle of that, one of them says no, at that point in time, it means no. It means no. That's it. Yeah, no means no, mother effer. True! When they say it means nothing, they should say it's different than it used to be. Jesus Christ. I think he's mostly upset because if someone is drunk or high, they can't give consent, and that makes things too complicated for him. True. This is like a massive self-report if I've ever seen one. Jesus, someone should really investigate this guy. Holy yikes, dude.
But even that might not be consent, because we've turned consent into this super confusing calculus.
There's literally no.
Pause it. Let's think about what are those instances where someone's
there's no complexity to the concept of agreeing to something, saying yes to something, or saying no to something, or indicating that you do not wish to continue the actions that you're doing right now. It's that simple. Yeah, by that I mean the ride stops when someone wants it to stop. Exactly. If somebody says no, they become uncomfortable with something that's happening. And that's the end of that conversation, right? That's the end of that conversation. No means no. Stop means stop. It doesn't mean keep going. Exactly. This isn't like a roller coaster or an airplane. You can get off at any time. Correct. If you're having like a super good time and then something just, I don't know, just isn't your thing, or just something that you thought you wanted to try and you don't want, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is. The moment somebody says no, the moment you say no, the moment your partner says no, that is the end of the conversation. That is the end of that interaction. No is no. I want to proceed. Yes is yes. That's it. It's that simple. It's really that simple. But people like Matt Walsh are engaging in some massive self-reporting here, because they actually don't believe in consent. Holy shit, that's creepy. That is unbelievably creepy.
Says, yes, let's definitely do this when it's not consent. Maybe when they are, like you say, maybe they are incredibly intoxicated. Maybe they've been drugged. Maybe they maybe they are at an age where they are not capable, as society has deemed, for offering consent. Because we have decided that a 14-year-old,
yeah, he believes in one-party consent.
Yes, I'm willing to engage in sex with you, is not actual consent. This concept of informed consent is we have in medical treatment. We have a concept in contract law that you can't, even if you sign certain documents, you don't have the ability to actually consent to these things because those documents are so unconscionable that society has deemed that you can't enter into a contract that way. You can't enter into a contract to provide yourself as a slave. That is not an enforceable contract in our society. We have these concepts throughout the law. But for some reason, Matt Walsh, as he sits in a car across from who knows where, in the middle of nowhere, has decided that there's a problem with consent, that it's too nebulous. We have put too much on the issue of consent. It's too nebulous. The word doesn't mean anything anymore, according to Matt Walsh. It's very, very creepy stuff.
Yeah, and when you strip out the context of, who has the capacity to consent, that puts the power all back in where Matt Walsh wants it to be, which is in the power of the man, the power of the person who has traditional like clout or has power over that other person. It's less about what society determines is right and more on the more powerful man in that sexual interaction. They have more discretion there.
Let's play the other clip. Let's play number I think it's number 2. This is where he is making that argument that there is no power dynamics in these things, but he's also using this as a way of hiding the fact that the Catholic Church has been, I think this is undisputed,
True,
right?
Buff Dragon.
Has been the most systematic institution that has allowed and covered up for, in terms of like a top-down organization, for pedophilia and this type of like child molestation. This is a problem with the institution. I don't think that it's a problem with the religion per se, but certainly within the institution it was a problem. And this is, I think, something that has been completely confirmed and accepted and articulated by the head of that institution, the Pope. But here he is running defense for one of these people who have run afoul to it. And of course, he's trying to make it seem like, oh, this is more of just like a miscommunication.
Actresses willingly have sexual relationships with powerful men, sometimes for years. Asia Argento herself, I believe, she was in a sexual relationship ongoing with Harvey Weinstein for like 5 years. She kept going back and engaging in this, in this stuff with him. And they do this for the sake of movie roles.
Jesus Christ.
And for more, power and clout in the industry. And then years later, after getting what they want out of it, they claim that they were being assaulted the entire time. And in the Catholic Church, you have some cases where, like cases involving Cardinal McCarrick. You hear about Cardinal McCarrick and the controversy surrounding him. Now, there are accusations that he molested children. So, that's in that category. But then
pause it. Could you imagine? Let's take the accusations that he
it's wild he doesn't see what's wrong. No, he does.
He
just doesn't think it's
on
wrong.
The dynamic that I'm going to talk about here.
Put that aside for 1 second.
Put that aside for 1 second. Put that aside. Put that aside. Yeah, let's just put that aside. We're going to ignore that for a moment because I've got another point to make here about that same individual and the fact that they use their position of power on people who are just employees of his, as opposed to the children. We put that aside. That is a really creepy, glib thing to put aside as you're sitting in this car across from who.
Right, and again, this is like another one of those like, okay groomer like warriors on Twitter and on social media and whatnot. Yeah. It seems to be trying to justify something that either just did or is about to do. If you're willing to be victimized, you're not being victimized. Exactly. Matt Walsh, everybody. An actress had to sleep with a producer to keep a job, and now she says that's bad. Right? Incredible stuff. Yeah, this dude's on some other level. Anyways, this is a whole like roundabout way to prove my point of like every accusation is just simply a confession. And again, not my words. We played Matt the clip in its entirety of Matt Walsh. The point is made. The point is made. Let's see if he continues. Hold on. Just to finish up.
You have some cases where, like cases involving Cardinal McCarrick. You hear about Cardinal McCarrick and the controversy surrounding him. Now, there are accusations that he molested children. So, that's in that category. But then a lot of the accusations you hear about McCarrick and also with other, some of these other things as well. These are, in some cases, he's having sex with seminarians. These are grown men who he allegedly lured into bed and then had sex with. But as a grown man, if you let another man lure you into bed,
it's a powerful religious figure,
and then you willingly, with no resistance, engage in sex acts with him,
no resistance.
does that belong in the same category as the 12-year-old kids?
Oh my.
Who are
All right, can you pause it
and-
here? I'm so sorry, but like this is some of the concepts that we return to with libertarians about notions of coercion.
FBI? Just saying, you may, you know, you may, you may want to look into this. Holy shit! I mean, obviously, if there's anything, if there has ever been a big self-report, if there's ever been a huge self-report, holy shit. I had to say, but I've heard all these arguments before from evangelicals in my life. It's not uncommon. Jesus. We don't need all your information, guy. Yeah. I'm interested in who will come out to support him. What? Ben Shapiro does. There's lots of people that support him. The right wing supports him. The right wing absolutely supports him. No, it's not breaking TOS because apparently, I mean, if it's on YouTube, it's pretty safe. For the most part. If it's on YouTube, it's okay. Well, anyways, yeah, someone should look into that because I'm getting some way too many red flags for comfort. Yeah, Joe Rogan supports him. True. I'm getting way too many red flags for comfort. Someone, yeah. Holy yikes. No, the video of Matt Walsh's, this is all part of like a reaction from the Majority Report, which is on YouTube. So, yeah, it's got that. Oh, God. Another freaking Republican creep. Did he actually end up going to jail or what was the deal with him? I forgot. Anyways, yep. Matt Walsh, conservatives, in a nutshell, folks. Trump's latest explanation on Monday, continuing for long trend, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so TLDR, Trump backed him, but he lost. Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting. Trump backed him, too. So, in an attempt to perform some, like, Olympic levels of mental gymnastics, somehow Donald Trump has made it worse, not better. His big backpedaling is to just engage in more stochastic terrorism. So just kind of reeling it all back. First of all, that entire purpose of that tangent, now we're just going to bring it back to the news. We're just bringing it back to the news. The entire point of that tangent is to illustrate that conservatives, when it comes to accusations, it's just... they're just confessions. They're just confessions. So just kind of now that we finished that arc, let's reel it back to this article. Trump tried to backpedal, and by backpedal, what he actually ended up doing is engaging in more stochastic terrorism by saying, quote, steps must be immediately taken to right the wrong. So, of course, what exactly do you think that his supporters are going to get out of this? Yeah, fucking it up more is kind of impressive. What do you think his supporters, these domestic terrorists, what do you think they're going to get when they hear the dear leader is asking you to take steps to immediately right the wrong? Projection. True. right the wrong and send them to jail. True. So that's the TLDR of this article. Referring to what he describes as widespread fraud and deception involving big tech, of which he provided no evidence in the 2020 election. Of course, evidence is not really a necessity here in conservatism world. Evidence is not necessary. As by as demonstrated. I mean, it's amazing, really. As demonstrated by the folks who were here earlier, when asked about a simple question of providing evidence to a claim, it was just they're just incapable. Yeah, stand by, and stand back. That's right. They're just incapable of doing that. So that's the TLDR of that. We've got another update. January 6th committee has decided to make criminal referrals. So we'll see what comes out of that, if anything. That remains to be seen. But the House Select Committee that is investigating the January 6th attack or insurrection, I think is the right term, on the Capitol has decided to make criminal referrals to the DOJ. The panel's chairman, Benny Thompson, has told reporters on Tuesday today. Thompson, a Mississippi said the committee has not narrowed down the universe of individuals who may be referred. Asked whether Thompson believes any witness or perjured themselves as part of the discussion. Uh-oh, somebody lied. When the panel makes referrals, Thompson said it will be a separate document from the panel's final report that would be sent to the DOJ. This committee is expected to meet later Tuesday. A source tells CNN that criminal referrals to the January 6th committee will ultimately be focused on the main organizers and leaders of the attack. A subcommittee of members was tasked with providing options to the full committee about how to present evidence of possible obstruction, perjury, possible witness tampering, as well as potential criminal referrals to the DOJ, according to multiple sources familiar with the committee's work. Democratic Representatives Jamie Raskin, Adam Schiff, and Zoe Lofgren, and GOP Representative Liz Cheney, the vice chair of the panel, all trained lawyers comprise this subcommittee. The decision of whether to issue criminal referrals has loomed large over the committee. Members of the panel have been in wide agreement that former President Trump and some of his closest allies have committed a crime when he pushed a conspiracy to prevent the peaceful transfer of power, as they've laid it out in their hearings. But they have long split over what to do about it, including, what do you mean, the split over what to do about it? This kind of shit cannot slide. It's simple as that. You cannot let this kind of shit slide. Easy as, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You cannot let insurrectionary behavior slide. This is not acceptable. That's not acceptable. What happened to Trump's subpoena? I don't know. Good question. Yeah, you're right. Trying the criminals would actually be work. True. In the past, the question has led to vigorous, at times contentious debate. What is there to debate? A crime? If you have an inkling as a group of trained lawyers, hey, dude, freaking crimes are probably committed here. The immediate response should have been refer this to the DOJ. That's it. It's an open and shut kind of thought process, in my opinion. It's as simple as that. Oh, crimes were committed? Yeah, let's refer this to the DOJ. That's it. I don't care if it's the former president. I don't care who. There are no kings here, supposedly. No one is above the law, supposedly. Those who previously said criminal referrals are not necessary to close out the panel's investigation say the committee lacked prosecutorial powers, and that the Justice Department does not need Congress to investigate crimes as it has on its own criminal investigations into Capitol insurrection that are ongoing. That doesn't matter. If you have evidence, if you have evidence, then you don't have prosecutorial powers. Give it to the DOJ. Still, the idea of a criminal referral of Trump, or even if entirely symbolic in nature, has hung like a shadow over the panel since it was first formed, and many of the members felt it necessary to measure in order to complete its work. Jesus. Yeah, optics over ethics. Being a past president is a thing when it comes to giving pardons, either surely. Yep. Exactly. But how would it look politically? Well, it would look like you actually gave a shit, for one. Par for the course. Yep. Par for the course. I'm just gonna kind of breeze through this. This is just kind of funny, more than anything, and it really goes to show like the attitude that Capitol Police feel towards like the Republican Party. This is more of good memes than anything. Can we get that video? Yeah.
We got together and we said we're not going to shake their hands.
And now McCarthy is going to investigate the committee that investigated January 6th?
Yikes.
There's much more to that response. It basically comes down to this. The family members said that
Get fucked.
It was the continued loyalty to Donald Trump that was the problem for them, that the idea that Kevin McCarthy in particular, to a lesser degree Mitch McConnell, but McCarthy going down to Mar-a-Lago in the days after January 6th, that they couldn't take seriously this idea that they were now backing the police officers who stood up and fought on January 6th. So,
Yeah. Good memes. I can't see him charging Trump since he could use it to expand his victimhood complex and in the eyes of his supporters be a more sympathetic figure. I mean, like, while I agree that could be a possible outcome, I don't care. I really don't. But while that may be true and that may be a possible outcome, absolutely, if there's evidence that he committed crimes, then it shouldn't matter. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be an impedance to whether or not someone gets charged or investigated or whatnot. Yeah, and even if he didn't get investigated, even if he did get investigated, they'll just simp for him for the entirety of time. Yeah, he's already a God King. True. Like, unironically a God King. God King. But they do use that as an excuse. I mean that quite literally. Yeah. I mean that quite literally. We can't let potential martyrdom inhibit our ability to prosecute political figures, especially if they're like engaging in crimes. I mean, it's clear that this is like his MO, right? This dude's been a sketchy person since the beginning, even before he was president. He was engaging in dubious fraud and cons with his businesses and whatnot. Like, yeah, no thanks. If this guy is engaging in criminal behavior, yeah. Shoot, this is not working. What's wrong? Here we go. Really quickly, before we just kind of breeze through the rest of this, if you guys have a moment, and you guys have enjoyed the content and want to support this channel, not only is it free to hit the follow button up there, but also it is free if you guys have 5 seconds to go to the YouTube channel and just click the big red subscribe button. It really does help us out. I appreciate that, you guys. It helps a lot, especially if you can't, assist in any way monetarily. Those are perfectly great ways of helping us out. And of course, spread the word far and wide. We are here Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, except for this Thursday, it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Join the Discord for any updates on the channel. But otherwise, 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, folks. Yeah, he can do no wrong, and if he does, I don't care. True. This one's going to be really quick. DOJ subpoenas election officials in state that's Trump disputed. In other words, the DOJ is ramping up its investigation and is now subpoenaing election officials in the states that Trump has been finagling around. The requests that were issued to Milwaukee and Dane counties of Wisconsin, Wayne County, Michigan, Maricopa County, Allegheny County, are the first subpoenas by Smith, who was named the special counsel last month by Merrick Garland. So we'll continue to essentially report on any updates, but it looks like more action is happening on the Department of Justice side. Subpoenas are being issued, and at the end of the day, we'll see if anything comes from it. I'm not going to hold my breath, but, it would be nice. It would be nice if we had some sort of, accountability apparatus. Just saying. Yes. Michigan. That's right. Wayne County, Michigan. So these are the first wave of subpoenas that are happening. Hey, here's some cool stuff. The company accused of employing dozens of minors have reached a agreement with the feds. Cool, dude. So you can just engage in slave labor. In child slave labor, because it's not legal, and you can just reach an agreement with the Department of Labor. An industrial cleaning company accused by the feds of hiring dozens of children, literal child labor, has resolved this allegation by reaching a deal. Nice. As part of the consent order, Packers Sanitation Service will review and enhance its existing policies and training material and hire a third-party consultant to conduct quarterly child labor compliance training. What? How could you possibly, what? Why would you even need this? Child labor is completely illegal. Why would you need quarterly training? Holy shit. And will notify the Labor Department as to how many employees it terminated as a result of compliance with child labor laws. Allegations of child labor at a slaughterhouse in Grand Island, Nebraska date back to 2016, according to amazing deal.
Please clap.
According to a previously unreported local police report obtained by NBC, the report stated that an officer was called to the local middle school because a 14-year-old girl had injuries to her hands. The documents showed that the allegations were investigated as, quote, child abuse. A spokesperson for Grand Island Police Department said that the injuries were from their child's work at PSSI. The matter was then referred to the local prosecutors, and the guardian of the child was investigated but not charged. Jesus Christ. Damn. Yeah, the kids need to learn early that they'll be wage slaves when they grow up. True. By risking life and limb at a slaughterhouse, cleaning cleaning at a slaughterhouse. Jesus Christ. I'm sure we can get Congress to unite and make sure the kids get back to work. True. The statement adds that the company will further strengthen its current policies to confirm employees' identities. What? This is wild. This is the most wildest stories. Like, I swear I had to look at the date and make sure that it wasn't like the 1900s or whatever. I had to literally backtrack and check the date that this wasn't an article from like the 1900s or whenever like child labor was legal. Holy shit. Michael Lazzari, a regional administrator of the Labor's Department Wage and Hour Division, Chicago said the division will complete its investigation to ensure children are not working in violation of federal laws at this company or at others. So, Lazzari said child labor violations are up by 50% since 2018. Damn, we're doing good, folks. We're doing good, folks. In a statement, a spokesperson for a Wisconsin-based company said that the consent decree with the feds were pleased to have reached a resolution. We've been crystal clear from the start. PSSI have zero tolerance policy against employing anyone under the age of 18 and fully share the Department of Labor's objective, ensuring it follows to the letter at all local plants. Yeah, whatever, dude. Don't tell me you didn't fucking know. Whatever, dude. The resolution comes after a month the Department of Labor accuses the company of employing at least 31 children on graveyard shifts in the slaughterhouse in 3 states, and they were tasked with cleaning the killing floors and various machines, including meat and bone cutting, saws, and grinding machines, according to the complaint, which noted that several children began their shifts at 11 p.m. and worked until 5 to 6 or 7 a.m., with some working up to 6 or 7 days a week. Holy shit. What year is this? What year is this? Jesus Christ. At least 3 children suffered chemical burns as a result of working in the slaughterhouse. Jesus Christ. Before 1938, basically. Jesus Christ. Yeah, graveyard shifts, no less. Who needs public housing when you have to work? True. I just got here. Where's this slaughterhouse? I think it was in several different states. It's in 3 states, but the one that was happening, the one that was being investigated is Grand Island, Nebraska. Look, let me just copy the let me just copy it. Evening. How's it going? I want to see some 1920 numbers. True. Jesus Christ. There are islands in Nebraska? I don't know. Grand Island might have just been a city. Yeah, it's a city in Nebraska. Can I get a map? Yeah, Grand Island is just a city. Alright, folks. It is past 7 o'clock, so I do have to get going. Tomorrow, we're going to do... we're going to get back into... it's Nebraska. They don't know what an island is. We're going to get back to daily... we're going to get back to doing some climate coverage. Thanks for the stream. I appreciate that, Blue Moon. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to be covering... the climate recap, which we haven't done in a minute. But if you guys want to support a cool channel, like and subscribe. The Beckosphere does phenomenal work when it comes to being a climate communicator. Pretty base, pretty poggers. If you want like recaps and like summaries of climate news, like just news about climate change, that's kind of like the place to go. She also streams Tuesdays and Fridays, I want to say. So check that out as well on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Beckosphere. Thanks for the stream. Stay safe. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yes, we're going to be covering this tomorrow. Since we didn't have enough time to do this today, we'll be covering this tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right, folks. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit the follow button. Head on over to the YouTube, click the subscribe button. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for all the massive amount of follows. You guys just knocked it out of the park today. Thank you guys. And to all the new followers, you guys get 5 free emotes or 6 free emotes. Look at that. How awesome is that? How cool is that? I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate Left Flank Vets for bringing all of you wonderful folks in. You guys have been phenomenal, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you, Left Flank Vets. Make sure you check them out. Any little diamond in chat, twitch.tv/AlioShare, twitch.tv/Anarchist Laboratory. Make sure you go check them out as well. AlioShare, I think I got everybody else. Sourcing support. I think those are, I think I got everybody. If not, let me know and shout yourselves out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. You guys are what makes this channel grow, really. I appreciate it. Please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next one tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Mono. I appreciate it. Thank you, Heat. Thank you, Michael Hassler. Please stay safe. Take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. See ya. GG. Appreciate that. Let's keep the chill vibes. Let's go to Levelhead. Pretty chill, progressive kind of dude. Does journalism. One could say he's even poggers. One could say. All right, folks, we're out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.